Let's just jump right into it. With the first action, great brands start inside. Meaning great brands start brand building by cultivating a strong internal brand-led culture. Now, when I say culture, you might be thinking, okay, that's inspiration, engagement, motivation, all that kind of feel-good stuff. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about putting your brand in the center of your organization. And I think that you'll be able to see the difference when I contrast two popular internet brands, Netflix and Zappos. Both of these companies are very highly regarded for the extraordinary corporate cultures that they've cultivated. But they differ in the way that they apply those cultures and the ultimate impact that those cultures have on their customers. At Netflix, it seems like culture and customer experience are two separate endeavors, where at Zappos, they're clearly and closely linked. Here's what I mean. Okay, Netflix says that one of its values is communication. It defines communication as you listen carefully instead of reacting fast so that you truly understand. Now, that may be the way that Netflix employees are expected to work with each other. But remember a few years ago when Netflix ran into all sorts of problems when they tried to separate their rental and their streaming business? I gotta think that if they had applied that value of communicating well, listening carefully, not only as an internal employee value, but as an external customer value, they would have devised a solution that would have been better accepted by their customers. Now contrast that to the way Zappos says that its #1 value is deliver wow through service. And it says to deliver wow, you need to do things that are a little unconventional and innovative. So inside Zappos, they do some things that are quite unconventional and innovative. You may have heard about how they're introducing this holacracy organizational structure, which is very unconventional and innovative. They also do things like let their employees decorate their own workspaces, and it can get kind of crazy if you've ever been on one of those tours. But they also do unconventional, innovative things in their customer experience. For example, and actually ask, how many of you shop from Zappos, use Zappos? Okay, a fair amount, okay. For those of you who don't, and maybe even if you do, you didn't know this, but if you're a customer, you call up Zappos to order a pair of shoes and they're out of stock, a customer service representative will research up to 3 competitive sites to find the pair of shoes that you're looking for, and then direct you to that competitor's website so you can buy them from them. That's delivering wow, right? It makes no sense, to have a purpose and culture that inspires and engages your employees if that's not inextricably linked with how you inspire and engage your customers. Without that kind of alignment, at best, you end up with happy employees, but your company really doesn't produce results. At worst, you end up confusing both your employees and your customers, and you cause both groups to question your integrity. Zappos, like other great brands, starts brand and building inside. They cultivate their culture in a way, or their brand values in a way that affects their culture and their customer experience. And I was just commenting that this is a really unique opportunity for me to address chief marketing officers because I believe that you sit in a very unique place in your organization to make sure that your organization starts brand building inside, ensuring that you have that purpose and values, but then that you're not only using them to cultivate internally through everything that you're doing inside your company, but then also shaping the customer experience with those same values. So that's the challenge and the opportunity that I lay out for you in saying that great brands start inside.